These highlights are sponsored by Edinburgh solicitors Morton Fraser.
Last week it was daffodils for spring, this week it's sevens for spring. And we're at Megathlon for the inaugural Edinburgh Sevens, sponsored by George Wimpey. It's not just a rugby tournament here today at the beautiful new Megathlon complex. It's about a day out, all sorts of sporting activities, but the rugby will be the main one. We've got some super teams here this afternoon. We've got sunshine, we've got a great day. We're looking forward to some great rugby. And the under-18 tournament, sponsored by Applecross, got proceedings underway. Musselburgh winning the tournament. That smashing try there by young Brian Wells. The trophy collected by Captain Fraser Miller. And that'll be another one for the trophy cupboard at Stony Hill. On then to the main event. Clashes between some of the Edinburgh heavyweights, and one to relish was the first round tie between Curry and Watsonians. And Watsonians looking good, and my goodness, there's an old seven stalwart in Scottish rugby, Darren Burns, but that pass just going a wee bit astray, picked up by Richard Snedden. His long pass collected by Mark Cairns, and with a sniff of the line, off he went and in for the opening try. Watsonians came back and deep into the second spell, in they went for a try that tied the scores. And was it going to go to extra time? No, not if Curry's Chris Brown had anything to do with it. Looked like absolutely nothing on. Three Watsonians players trying to get their hands on him. Get away from his head, and off he went from deep inside his own half, scampering in there. They give Curry a 17 points to 12 win and a place in the quarter-finals. And this was one that the crowd had been waiting for. First appearance by host side Boroughmuir, and up against Edinburgh Accies. Oh, they had to fight quite hard in the first few minutes, but then the ball out to Charlie Keenan, doing what he does ever so well. Hey, you can tell he's done that before, can't you? As he'd set Boroughmuir on the path to the quarter-finals. I ask you, is there a better way to watch rugby than that? And in their quarter-final, Heriots and Musselburgh were all square at full time, but in sudden death, extra time, Johnny Goldie decided, let's finish it here, going 75 yards all the way for the try that took Heriots into the semi-final. Next up for the big crowd was Boroughmuir against Forrester. And this time Johnny O'Hare was the man who outdanced and outdistanced the Forrester defence to go in for one of the tries that took Boroughmuir through to the semi-final with a 28 points to 5 win.
These highlights are sponsored by Edinburgh solicitors Morton Fraser. Scottish Rugby Radio, Sky Channel 0195 every Monday at 9 p.m. Join Stuart Cameron and his guests for news, match reports and expert comment on the Scottish game. The website has daily news updates and 12 radio channels with extra material. ScottishRugbyRadio.com.
So on to the first semi-final between Edinburgh and Heriots. And well, the Golden Acre men really had no answer to the power and pace of the professional side. Lucia Lopez Fleming there throwing off a couple of tackles. Alan MacDonald looking for some support. Getting it there from Matt Day. Oh, getting an awful lot of air. And finally reaching David McCall out in the wing. And the youngster showing terrific pace as he rounded the Heriots defence to go in for the opening try. It was all Edinburgh. All Heriots could do was defend and defend and defend, but eventually, as so often happens in sevens, they ran out of defenders and the ball spread wide. Andrew Eason getting the pass out there to Matt Day. Matt Day taking the outside route, then the inside route, and in under the posts as Edinburgh coasted through, much to the delight of Lynn Howells and Alex Carruthers. in the second semi-final. Boroughmuir up against a pretty feisty, bigger side, but the class of the home team showed. And a nifty wee try there by Greg Cotterill, the scrum half. Lovely sidestep and shimmy. And I just hope that conversion didn't spill anybody's beer up there on the balcony. And then in between the semi-finals and the final, we had Stuart's Melville lifting the Ronnie Tate Plate after they'd beaten Edinburgh University. And that one will be tucked away in the trophy cupboard at Inverleith as well. And while all that was going on, out the back, Edinburgh mascot Flinty was warming up just in case his services were required in the final with Edinburgh against Boroughmuir. And well, the pro side just showed exactly how powerful they were. Tries like this from Lucio Lopez Fleming, and then a couple of minutes later, Ben Cairns latching onto the ball deep inside the Boroughmuir half, skipping out of 2 or 3 tackles, showing just why he's such a dangerous player in the short game. Over for another try to take the professional side comfortably ahead of Boroughmuir at half-time into the second half. And Boroughmuir just unable to get their hands on the ball, unable to get the ball to speedsters Rory Cooper and Charlie Keenan, still defending desperately. But finally, Edinburgh running out comfortable winners at the end of the game by 53 points to 0. Ben Cairns collected the Pub Webster Quake for Edinburgh, but Boroughmuir weren't too downhearted.
I think it's just one stage too far for us today. We had a tough game yesterday. A lot of the guys are feeling it, and when you play against a professional team, they're going to be fitter, faster, stronger, more athletic. All we wanted to do was just try and make ourselves proud, and sadly we've just not managed to do that. I think the scoreline's just a bit stacked against us.
Yeah, but you've done the club proud. You got to the final, a beautiful afternoon here, a great crowd and a terrific tournament.
Oh yeah, excellent. For the first tournament, really what we wanted to do was try and make a bit of a spectacle for our new facilities. We got a fantastic crowd down. There was a lot of support here today, a lot of things for all the family, and that's really what Boroughmuir's about. It's about trying to develop a club, and if we can do that through playing a tournament like this today in the Sevens, it sets us in good stead for the future.
So the inaugural Edinburgh Sevens here at Megatland, sponsored by George Wimpey, comes to an end. Boroughmuir got to the final in front of their own fans. Couldn't quite manage it against a powerful professional Edinburgh side, but my goodness, they gave us some entertainment. It's been a great afternoon here for the fans, for the families and for the clubs. This is Ron Evans for Scottish Rugby Television at Megatland.
These highlights are sponsored by Edinburgh solicitors Morton Fraser.